King Charles is expected to make amends with his younger brother, Prince Edward, and award him the title of Duke of Edinburgh following a change of heart, it has been revealed. Princess Charlotte, 7, was reportedly considered as the heir apparent for the title, which she would assume when she was old enough. Charles' younger brother viewed the decision as a slap in the face. But sources close to the royal family now claim the monarch could change his mind in his bid to heal royal wounds with his younger brother, possibly as early as March next year. A source close to Edward told the Daily Mail, "It was a slap in the face, particularly when Edward has been such a help to Charles over the Andrew Farrago. Also because the Queen had promised him the title before she died, and it was always believed by Edward and Sophie that, in time, the title would then be passed down to their son, Viscount Severn. Now it does look like the tide is turning." Clearly, the King has had time to reflect on the late Queen's wishes. One source told the Mail on Sunday that instead of giving the title to his son once Edward dies, the King might request that it go back to the Crown. An unnamed source said, "The problem is you can have a situation where, in future, a senior title like Edinburgh, which is very important to the Union, is eventually held by someone far removed from the throne." King Charles and Prince Edward have reportedly been engaged in a row over the title since its former holder, the late Prince Philip, and the Queen died. The title was long associated with the late Prince Philip, who was handed it before his wedding to the Queen. But since the Queen's death, there has been a lot of discussion over who will be the future Duke of Edinburgh. Being Philip's eldest son, then Prince Charles was the natural inheritor of the title after his father's death. But when his mother Her Majesty the Queen died, Charles rose to the throne and lost the title. Edward appeared as next in line to take on the title. At his wedding with Sophie in 1999, it was announced that Edward would succeed his father as the Duke of Edinburgh with the blessing of his parents, making Sophie Duchess of Edinburgh. But the Queen's youngest son did not get the title, raising royal eyebrows. Sophie told The Telegraph at the time about the moment Philip asked her and Edward to take on the title. She said, "We sat there slightly stunned. He literally came straight in and said, 'Right. I'd like it very much if you would consider that.'" However, Edward has previously stated that the title is ultimately decided by Charles. Edward told the BBC, "It was fine in theory, ages ago when it was sort of a pipe dream of my father's. And of course, it will depend on whether or not the Prince of Wales, when he becomes king, whether he'll do that, so we'll wait and see." So yes, it will be quite a challenge taking that on. The title Duke of Edinburgh was established in 1726 by George I for his grandson Prince Frederick. It was passed down to his oldest son George, who later became George III, after his death. In 1866, Queen Victoria bestowed it on her second son Prince Alfred, breaking with a tradition of making a second son Duke of York. The third person to receive it was Philip, on the eve of his marriage to Princess Elizabeth, who became the Duchess of Edinburgh. George VI gave it to her. When Philip died last year at the age of 99, the title was passed down to his eldest son Charles, but when he became king in September, the title merged with the crown. Read next.